into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Willie, the humpback whale, dove into his pockets. What's in here? Rummaging through his summer gear like hungry bears. Just in case, there's a honey's number up in there. Sorting through his crummy pockets, bubble gummy and smeared. He was blubber and beer. Fat, pudgy, chubby motherfucker. Klutzy, musty, and weird. A city dump. Half-ton bum with no cares. Guzzling gallons of liquor, metabolizing his liver, sunk in his chair, floozies floundering around him with sun in their hair, striking conversations like busting a flare, flapping their gums at the piers and running with fear, long-term relationships, hunting with spears, some of them speared, watching Willie the humpback whale doing his 360 thumpingly clear. Willie the whale had a whale of a time having fun with his peers, plunging in the seabed of treasure, rusted with illustrious glare. Once Willie the humpback whale started blowing bubbles. Beware, Willie humpback ass was coming up for some air. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into the darkness, Willie comes to the surface, observant, huffing and puffing, disrupting the current. Willie must have been something. He wasn't a person, sluggish. The skirmish were luncheon when lurching. Willie the whale wasn't an urchin, humongously hung. A hermit flubbery could swallow an entire mermaid whole until his stomach was bursting, until his stomach was nothing but muscles and serpents, an old tire and a broken wire. She plunged her first with he was a disturbance, but he was a wonderful person, the scum of the earth, pumping and splurging, humpback, Willie the whale, known for his illustrious service, all succumbed to his eighth wonder. His love of inserting his cum in her cervix, squirting his slush and deserting motherfucker rubber, cause Willie wasn't perfect, sperm whale. Deep into that darkness, peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into that darkness, peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing. Deep into that darkness, I could dive to the depths without missing a beat. My mission was to go deep in every crack I could meet. Met this one in Coney Island. She was in a different league. My vision to be pretty and sweet. You look like you could use some sunscreen. Smothered her with cream. Saltwater waves said, come on, take a dip in the breeze. I'd be like, that's the new fit. My dick is obese. And she'd swim to me, spinning her fin for speed, slim and shimmering sleek. Willie the whale always had a whale of a time, splashing and splishing the beach. The sun has set amidst the mystique. You ever been to Red Lobster? I said. Oh, the shrimp you could eat. You just kissed me on this reef, she said. The fisherman's hat flew off and floated by us, but it didn't reach. I had my willy out under the water, and she didn't see. Slippery slipped it in her, and she bit me with 6 rows of teeth and got out